My Circle K powered by GP Energy, you can turn an ordinary lunch break into something extraordinary with crispy, crunchy chicken. Grab and go their delicious chicken, chicken tenders, famous biscuits, and tasty sides. MyCircleK.com.
US Cellular believes everyone deserves 5G. That's why we've included 5G on all plans, no extra charge, whether you're working or playing. All US Cellular plans include 5G, no extra charge. Get the new Samsung Galaxy S21 5G free with no hidden requirements. US Cellular.
Get the latest 5G phones for free today at Siskiyou Cellular, an authorized agent for US Cellular with 7 Valley locations. Visit souscellular.com for details.
Fuel your daily adventure at My Circle K, powered by GP Energy. Whether it's morning motivation to get your day going, adding crunch to your lunch, fueling up for a road trip, your journey begins with My Circle K, powered by GP Energy.
Choose a company that best represents you and our local community.
Choose a company that focuses on relationships rather than transactions.
Choose a company that empowers their employees and provides growth opportunities from within.
Choose a company that shows compassion and rises to the occasion in times of need.
Call a John L. Scott broker today.
This year, don't just replace your windows, renew them with beautiful and energy-efficient windows from Bill's Glass. Having new windows installed by Bill's Glass dramatically update and improves the look of your home and helps reduce energy bills year-round. Let Bill's Glass show you what you've been missing. Bill's Glass, the largest glass company in Southern Oregon for your home or auto, as well as the trusted industry leader for over 50 years. Bill's Glass in Ashland, Medford, and Grants Pass.
You're a coach or plan to be a coach. What kind of coach do you want to be? This?
Hey! What is that? Come on, guy! You're killing me!
Or this?
I love it. I love what I see. I don't care about the mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes. Guys making millions of dollars on Sunday, they make mistakes.
Know your role. Learn more at southernoregonsports.org.
There's a time machine, not so far away, that takes you back to a world just a few streets wide, where wonder rules the day, and families are transformed, from the smallest bug-eyed explorer to that surliest know-it-all. So dive into the past and let them see the world through a simpler lens, called Southern Oregon. Their adventure begins when you travel Medford.
Good afternoon, sports fans, and welcome to Anhorn Field. You're watching the Lithia Superstore Game of the Week, powered by US Cellular at Siskiyou on TableRockSports.net. I'm Jonathan Kerman. The man behind the lens is Trayvon Dorsey, and we're bringing you a Rogue Valley rivalry matchup here at Anhorn Field as the South Medford Panthers take on the Crater Comets. Thank you for joining us. You're watching the Lithia Superstore Game of the Week, powered by US Cellular at Siskiyou. Make sure you stop by Lithia Superstore Jeep, Dodge, Chrysler, or visit lithiasuperstore.com to find your next ride. Trayvon Dorsey making his Table Rock Sports debut. Trayvon, how are you doing on this beautiful sunny afternoon?
I'm doing great, chilling, enjoying a good time. It's good to see some baseball back live in action. I ain't seen in a long time.
Absolutely, it is good to see. Trayvon Dorsey, former member of the Medford Rogues, the 2019 team, was a travel ball champion, a varsity player all 4 years, and we're excited to have him here at TableRockSports.net to provide some insight into the action and some great camera work as well. The South Medford Panthers, starting with Bennett Thompson, will lead things off against starting pitcher Dawson Douglas for the Crater Comets. Douglas winds and fires and delivers a first pitch outside for ball one. We are underway here at Anhorn Field. Dawson Douglas is on the bump. Catching him is Peyton Anhorn, as Thompson rips a ball foul down the third base line.
Great swing.
Count evens 1-1. Bennett Thompson, one of the leaders on this South Medford squad atop the Southwestern Conference. Thompson leading the team in batting average, home runs, innings pitched, strikeouts, and ERA. And he takes the 1-1 high for ball two. We'll get you the defensive alignment for the Crater Comets in just a moment, as that pitch is taken high for ball two, rather for ball three. Dawson Douglas, the lefty, comes home, and Thompson fouls it off for strike two. So a full count to Bennett Thompson, getting us started in game one of this doubleheader. Dawson Douglas kicks and delivers. Thompson sends it to left field. That ball is hooking. That ball will hit the top of the fence and bounce back into play. Bennett Thompson misses a leadoff home run by about 3 centimeters. It's a leadoff double. And the South Medford Panthers get their first base runner of the afternoon. And that will bring up Cam Sewell. That ball probably has a dent in it from the spike on top of the fence where that ball hit. One ball and one strike. The count's on Cam Sewell, who takes high and away for ball two. Sewell hits it up the middle, right at the shortstop Weber, who steps on second base for the double play. Good old unassisted double play. 2 out, nobody on for Tanner Douglas. Defensive alignment behind Dawson Douglas, who's in a 1-1 count against Tanner Douglas. Caden Lassiter is at third. Jared Weber, who just turned that unassisted double play, playing shortstop. Brandon Tibbles is at second base. And Caleb Randolph is at first. In the outfield for the Comets. In left, Trenton Schwab. In center, Hunter Chubb. And in right is Cole Eldred. Here's the 1-2 to Tanner Douglas. Called strike 3.
Good pitch.
Dawson Douglas able to wiggle out of a leadoff double jam. We head to the home half of the first inning. No score. You're watching the Lithia Superstore Game of the Week, powered by U.S. Cellular at Siskiyou on TableRockSports.net.
We have the best selection and the best value for the dollar.
My name's Haley, and I've been showing sheep for 5 years through 4-H and pigs for 2 years through 4-H. 2 years ago I got grand champion, and today I got reserve grand champion. It's a really good program, and it teaches the kids self-responsibility. The program wouldn't be how it is today if we didn't have people like Sherm coming out and supporting us.
If you shop with us, you will save money.
It takes meticulous planning, continuous monitoring, and forward thinking to deliver the perfect 3-egg omelet.
Welcome back to Anhorn Field. You're watching the Lithia Superstore Game of the Week, powered by U.S. Cellular at Siskiyou. No score as we head to the bottom of the first inning. South Medford Panthers leadoff hitter Bennett Thompson hit a double to left field that hit the very top of the fence and bounced into play. And he was then doubled up on a line drive to the shortstop. And Crater able to escape without any damage being done. And so now for the South Medford Panthers, Carson Joe warming up on the mound. Joe, the 5'9" right-hander, one of the big three pitchers for the South Medford Panthers. He, Bennett Thompson, and Tanner Douglas have been lighting the Southwestern Conference on fire. And he will look to keep the good times going today against a very talented Crater Comets team. Jonathan Kerman here with you. Alongside me is Trayvon Dorsey. Trayvon, what did you see in that first half inning of action?
Really good swings, a lot of good patience when it came to the batters and the hitters. The pitchers was locating really well when they first started to settle down in the inning. And then a lot of fundamental play behind them. Peyton Anhorn will lead things off for the Crater Comets. And Anhorn takes low for ball 1. Playing at his namesake here at Anhorn Field. A healthy cut on a fastball, and Anhorn comes up empty. Ooh, there's a nice breaking ball, inducing the oohs and ahs from all of us here at Anhorn Field. And a good take by Anhorn to even the count up, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Peyton Anhorn, Jared Weber, and Brandon Tibbles, the 3-2 up in the home half of the first. As Anhorn fouls that back into the parking lot to stay alive. Bennett Thompson catching Carson Joe today. There's a swing and a miss, strike 3 on a high fastball. Carson Joe with his first strikeout of the afternoon, 1 away. Caleb Long at third base for South. Cameron Sewell is at short. Elijah Havey at second. Tanner Douglas at first. And in the outfield, Kyle Cope in left. Caleb Barney in center. And Tosh Stumpenhouse is in right. And Joe starts Jared Weber, the Crater shortstop, off with a first pitch strike. Jared Weber made a nice play on a line drive hit by Cam Sewell in the top of the first inning. Caught it on a line and then stepped on second base to double up Bennett Thompson. And that erased the leadoff double to keep this game scoreless. And a nice breaking ball from Joe. Gets ahead in the count, 1-2. In there, strike 3. Carson Joe starts his day off with back-to-back strikeouts. 2 down, nobody on for Brandon Tibbles. That ball hit in the air to center field. Caleb Barney tracking it. He's under it, and he makes the grab to retire the side. 1-2-3 inning for both sides. To the top of the second we go. No score. You're watching the Lithia Superstore Game of the Week on TableRockSports.net. We'll be back right after this.
Workers' comp claim was denied. Or was it accepted? Now what are you supposed to do? Find out for free. Call Schlesinger and de Villeneuve immediately and let us fight for you.
Since 1991, Medford area residents have looked to Eye Care Associates of Southern Oregon for vision care for the whole family. Specializing in optometry for adults and children, ECA uses state-of-the-art diagnostic tools to scan for health risks and get your prescription just right. Get your students a comprehensive vision check to ensure they have their best chance to learn and succeed. And look good while you see well. Specialists in our optical boutique have extensive styles on hand or can special order. We hope to see your family at Eye Care Associates of Southern Oregon. Visit eyecaresouthern.com to learn more.
Waiting, even a few days, to report a work injury or illness could cost you everything. But how do you know what you should do? Find out for free. Call Schlesinger and de Villeneuve immediately and let us fight for you.
Top of the second inning from Anhorn Field. You're watching the Lithia Superstore Game of the Week, powered by U.S. Cellular at Siskiyou on TableRockSports.net. This broadcast is also brought to you in part by Bill's Glass, the industry leader and clear choice in Southern Oregon for almost 50 years. Locally owned and family run, Bill's Glass in Ashland, Medford, and Grants Pass. When you hear that crash, think Bill's Glass. Bennett Thompson started this game off with a double that hit off the very top of the wall in left field. It bounced back into play, and he was eventually doubled up at second base. And then Carson Joe, who's going to lead things off for South in the top of the second here, retired the side in order in the home half of the first.
I like that kid on the mound. He got sauce.
Dawson Sauce Douglas, his official nickname, courtesy of Trayvon Martin. That ball hit high into the air and into the right side of the infield, and it is dropped by the first baseman, Randolph. So a leadoff error will put Carson Joe aboard. Long takes high for ball one. Back pick attempt by the catcher Peyton Anhorn, unsuccessful. Carson Joe at first base on the error. And Caleb Long takes strike one. Hitters count for Long. 3 balls and 1 strike. Caleb Long manning the hot corner for South Medford this afternoon. That's where he plays when Carson Joe, as that is taken for a strike on the inner corner. Long thought he had first base. Long plays third when Carson Joe is on the bump. The payoff. Inside, ball 4. So a leadoff error and a walk. 2 on and nobody out for Tosh Stumpenhouse.
Ooh, good play, good play.
Talk to me, Trayvon. What just happened right there?
A little small ball action. Great way to move the runners over and still get 2 runners in scoring position to have 1 out for dude number 12 right here to go and bring him in. Ooh.
And I ask that, somewhat facetiously because you look at the big leagues, and even in college, you never see the small ball played anymore. Everyone's swinging for the fences. You rarely see the sacrifice bunt laid down, but that's what Tosh Stumpenhouse tried to do right there. 1 ball and 1 strike. Stumpenhouse swinging away and behind on that fastball. 1-2 the count.
One thing I love that he did go and try to do the bunt attempt, and now I see that he's working to go backside to move the runner from second to third.
Foul tipped. Stumpenhouse able to stay alive. Carson Joe at second, Caleb Long at first, an error and a walk. Still nobody out in the top of the second. The 1-2. Breaking ball. Up or outside. Up and outside. Evens the count 2-2. Waiting on deck is Elijah Havey. The 2-2. Up and away for ball 3. Stumpenhouse has battled, fouled off a couple of pitches, and has worked the count full. Inside, ball 4.
What you thinking right here, Kern? What you thinking right here, Jonathan?
I'm thinking that Crater is in a tough spot. Carson Joe reached on an error, and then back-to-back walks to Caleb Long and Tosh Stumpenhouse have loaded the bases for Elijah Havey. South still only has 1 hit in this game. It was the leadoff double by Bennett Thompson. And Havey takes inside for ball 1. A healthy cut. Evens the count. 1 ball and 1 strike. You're watching the Lithia Superstore Game of the Week, powered by U.S. Cellular at Siskiyou on TableRockSports.net. No score yet, but South threatening with the bases loaded and nobody out. The corner infielders pinched in, and Havey behind on a high fastball for strike 2. Dawson Douglas was able to wiggle out of a leadoff double in the top of the first inning. Got a bigger task ahead of him here in the top of the second. The 1-2. Havey hits it to center field. That's going to get down in front of Chubb. 1 run will score. Carson Joe comes home. The throw sails over the catcher's head, but heading back to third base was Caleb Long. An RBI single by Elijah Havey scores Carson Joe. Station to station go the South Medford Panthers, and it is 1-0 in the top of the second inning. Still nobody out. And Luke Mason steps up to the plate. Mason, the designated hitter today for the South Medford Panthers. And he looks at a first pitch strike.
Lower than a snake's belly on that one, Blue.
A beautiful day here at Anhorn Field in Central Point, Oregon. Sorry you can't be with us, but you're getting the next best thing, and that's watching it live for free on any device on TableRockSports.net. Carson Joe already home. Caleb Long at third. Tosh Stumpenhouse at second. Elijah Havey at first. Still nobody out in the top of the second. And that will hit Luke Mason. I don't think that's what he thought was going to happen when he was penciled in as a designated hitter, not designated hit by pitch. I appreciate you laughing at that. You're probably the only one, too, and that's okay. At least it made somebody smile. Another run comes home for the South Medford Panthers as Caleb Long touches home plate. Tosh Stumpenhouse to third. Luke Mason aboard on the hit by pitch and the RBI. Elijah Havey, the RBI single, is at second. Caleb Barney is at the dish, and he's ahead in the count, 1-0.
This is where a pitcher's mentality, you got to stay real strong mentally and just keep fighting out of it. Let the defense behind you work.
Caleb watches that pitch sail low.
Yeah.
2-0.
Nice shortstop, nice. In a situation like this, you got to let the defense work behind you. Yeah, I know it looked bad, but the more they swing, the better chance you got to get them out.
And yeah, so Trayvon, you're praising the shortstop here for just giving his pitcher a second to catch his breath, give him some reassuring words, and let him reset.
Yes, sir. Get him back mentally right and ready.
Base is still juiced. Still nobody out. The 2-0 to Barney.
Exactly. Good pitch.
There you go. Off speed, finds the zone for strike 1. And Barney steps out of the way of that inside pitch. He's ahead 3 balls and 1 strike. Stumpenhouse at third, Havey at second, Mason at first for the South Medford Panthers. The pitch home. Inside ball 4. Another run will be pushed across. That is the 3rd walk of the inning. This one will score Tosh Stumpenhouse. To third goes Havey. To second goes Mason. Caleb Barney aboard on the RBI walk. And now the last guy that Dawson Douglas wants to face right now, stepping up to the plate, in Bennett Thompson, who missed a leadoff home run by a couple of centimeters. Thompson rips one, but slicing foul. Strike 1.
I like this hitter's mentality. Swing first. Whatever else happens after that happens.
Yeah. Bennett Thompson. Not one to take a first pitch just because it's the first pitch of the at-bat. If he likes what he sees, he's going to go after it. 1 ball and 1 strike, the counts to Bennett Thompson.
One thing our coach always told us, I said the pitcher can't swing the bat, so why would you give him your swings?
Here's the 1-1. Fastball inside for ball 2. Carson Joe reached on an error to start this inning. A infield pop fly dropped by the first baseman. He would eventually come around to score. As that will sail by the catcher and allow another run to score. Everyone moves up 90 feet. Elijah Havey comes in on the wild pitch. It is now 4-0 South Medford. Luke Mason to third, Caleb Barney to second. And now with a 3-1 count, we'll see if Crater elects to pitch to Bennett Thompson here or just put him on first base. South still only has 2 hits on these 4 runs scored. And they will indeed intentionally walk it. Bases are loaded once again, and now Cameron Sewell will step up. Sewell, back in the first inning, hit a line drive to the shortstop, Jared Weber, who caught it on a frozen rope and then stepped on second base to double up Thompson. But a different story here in the second inning, meeting on the mound. And we'll step away for a quick commercial break. The Lithia Superstore Game of the Week continues after this on TableRockSports.net.
Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford. We've stocked up with over 200 new vehicles from Chrysler, Jeep Dodge, and of course, Ram trucks. Choose from one of our largest inventories ever of new Jeep Cherokee 4x4s. Test drive a new Ram 1500 and see why Ram is Motor Trend's back-to-back-to-back three-peat truck of the year. And remember, we've added the convenience of test drives from your home and an online process to purchase and deliver your new vehicle. You'll find the new vehicle you want at the low price you deserve. Only at the Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford Superstore.
Dear Dad, I was afraid to say this to your face, but I heard you yelling again from the stands during my game. You were shouting at the coach, the refs, even the other parents. It embarrasses me when you yell at everyone. It really stresses me out. I love sports, I love my team, I just want to play, but not if you always lose your temper. Love, Katie.
Know your role. Learn more at SouthernOregonSports.com.
Welcome back to Anhorn Field, the home of the Lithia Superstore Game of the Week, powered by U.S. Cellular at Siskiyou on TableRockSports.net. You see the box score here in the top of the second inning. 7 men have reached safely for the South Medford Panthers here in the top of the second with just 1 base hit. We've had an error, 3 walks, a hit by pitch, 4 walks, excuse me, a hit by a pitch, and an RBI single. The lone hit in this inning was Elijah Havey. All got started with a error that allowed Carson Joe to take first base. And then Caleb Long and Tosh Stumpenhouse walked. Elijah Havey singled Carson Joe home. Luke Mason was hit by a pitch to score Caleb Long. Caleb Barney walked to score Tosh Stumpenhouse. Elijah Havey came home on a wild pitch, and then Bennett Thompson was intentionally walked to load the bases. Still nobody out here in the top of the second inning. And a new pitcher on the mound, Ryan Hill, is on in relief of Dawson Douglas. Ryan Hill, a sophomore right-hander, will look to limit the damage and try to give the Crater Comets head coach Jay Campbell some free innings so he doesn't have to burn his bullpen in game 1 of this doubleheader. South, however, not looking to let them off the hook. Cam Sewell, who hit a hard line drive right at the shortstop back in the first inning, turned into an unassisted double play, is up with the bases loaded and nobody out. Sewell watches the first pitch skip in the dirt and get back to the backstop. Everyone moves up 90 feet. It is 5-0 South. Still only one hit in this inning for these 5 runs. Luke Mason scores on the wild pitch. Mason had an RBI hit by pitch earlier in this inning. Caleb Barney to third, Bennett Thompson to second. Here's the 1-0 to Sewell. Low for ball 2. And a good eye by Sewell to lay off it. 3 balls and no strikes. That is low for ball 4. That is the 5th walk of the inning. It loads the bases once again. There is still nobody out, and the 9th man to come to the plate of the inning is Tanner Douglas. Jonathan Kerman here with you. Alongside me is Trayvon Dorsey. Trayvon, experienced ball player, played for the Medford Rogues. Had a lot of success in travel ball, as a 4-year varsity player. And Ryan Hill starts Tanner Douglas off with a first pitch strike. Douglas sends one high and deep to right field. It's playable. It's caught by Chubb near the warning track. Another run scores. And the ball was actually dropped. So Douglas is aboard. Cam Sewell is retired on an 8-4 putout. Caleb Barney comes in to score. Bennett Thompson to third. Runners at the corners. And Carson Joe, who led off this inning with an infield pop fly that was dropped, allowed him to reach on an error, then came around to score. And so we're having a conversation right now. Jay Campbell, the head coach for Crater, is with our officiating crew about the ruling there. The ball was dropped by the center fielder, Hunter Chubb. And now the umpires are going to converge and have a discussion. We'll step away for a quick commercial break while this all gets sorted out. You're watching the Lithia Superstore Game of the Week, powered by U.S. Cellular at Siskiyou.
In RBTD all my life. When we moved to Talent, that's when we purchased our house.
All those memories were in that little spot for 17 years.
Everything in that house, all our firsts, everything gone. Now more than ever, with so many families being displaced, their kids will still be able to come to school to Phoenix and Talent because they'll be able to use RBTD.
Fuel your daily adventure at My Circle K, powered by GP Energy. Whether it's morning motivation to get your day going.
Welcome back as Tanner Douglas takes off on the first pitch and is in there safely with a stolen base. So the ruling on the field on that play before as Douglas steals second base is that the ball was dropped by the center fielder. It was kind of a borderline, as Joe is able to foul it off for strike 2. Kind of borderline on the center fielders is if he caught it and then dropped it on the transfer, or if the ball was dropped on the catch. It was ruled a drop catch. And so that's why Tanner Douglas is on the base pads and not Cameron Sewell, who was doubled up at second base. We do have our first out of the second inning. 6 runs have come home on 1 hit. There have been 5 walks, 2 errors, 2 wild pitches, and a hit batter. And that's been how South has done their damage in this second inning. Carson Joe led this inning off with an infield pop-up that was dropped and allowed him to reach. And that bounces in the dirt. A nice stop by Anhorn behind the plate. And the count runs full. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Carson Joe. Bennett Thompson at third. Tanner Douglas at second. The payoff. Joe hits it to right field. Eldred is under it. He will make the grab. Bennett Thompson and Tanner Douglas both tag, and Thompson comes in to score. The RBI sac fly by Carson Joe makes it 7-0 South Medford. And now Caleb Long will try to keep the good times rolling.
Let the good times roll.
Caleb Long walked and scored in the second inning. And a healthy cut by Long evens the count up. Ryan Hill kicks and delivers. Popped straight back and hopefully behind us. It is. Strike 2. It always amazes me when there's a pop fly foul into the stands and the fans duck their heads. Like, I would want to be looking at that baseball to see if it was coming at me. I don't want to leave it with a chance.
Exactly.
2 balls and 2 strikes the count to Caleb Long with Tanner Douglas at third. The 2-2. High for ball 3. And Long able to foul that back to stay alive. And that is low for ball 4. Caleb Long walks for the second time in the inning. And Tosh Stumpenhouse will get a chance to bat once again here in the top of the second. And Stumpenhouse takes a strike on the outer half.
Hey, go Riverside, kid. Here we go. Don't fight it. Go with it. Not necessarily. I mean, you can take it how you want. You can take it how you want. No.
And a nice stop once again by Anhorn behind the plate. Stumpenhouse fouls it back. 1 ball and 2 strikes, the count. Runner at first takes off. That pitch fouled straight back and out of play. Stumpenhouse able to stay alive. Tanner Douglas at third, Caleb Long at first. 7 runs scored in this second inning on just 1 base hit. The 1-2. Stumpenhouse gets it into center field for the second base hit of the inning, and it scores Tanner Douglas. Caleb Long to second base. The nightmare inning for the Crater Comets continues, and Elijah Havey has an RBI single and a scored run on a wild pitch in this second inning. Will step into the box once again. Takes a first pitch strike. Five of the 8 runs are earned. The runners take off on the pitch in the dirt. The throw to third base is not in time. Long at third, Stumpenhouse at second. Another RBI opportunity for Elijah Havey, who takes high for ball 2. And that's a called strike in the upper part of the zone. Two, ground ball left side. That will be stopped by the shortstop. The throw to first. Unable to be short hopped. Unable to be short picked by the first baseman. And that will allow Havey to get to second base. The infield single will score Caleb Long. And then on the air, Tosh Stumpenhouse scores. And it is now 10-0 South Medford. Fouled back. Strike 1. Luke Mason, the designated hitter, hit by a pitch with the bases loaded to drive in a run and then scored on a wild pitch. Elijah Havey at second, the 1-1. Ground ball to the left side, speared by the third baseman Lassiter. The throw to first in time, and that will retire the side. 14 men come to the plate, 10 score. To the bottom of the second inning we go, 10-0 South Medford. You're watching the Lithia Superstore Game of the Week, powered by U.S. Cellular at Siskiyou on TableRockSports.net.
My Circle K, powered by GP Energy. You can turn an ordinary lunch break into something extraordinary with crispy, crunchy chicken. Grab and go their delicious chicken, chicken tenders, famous biscuits, and tasty sides. MyCircleK.com.
U.S. Cellular believes everyone deserves 5G. That's why we've included 5G on all plans, no extra charge, whether you're working or playing. All U.S. Cellular plans include 5G, no extra charge. Get the new Samsung Galaxy S21 5G free with no hidden requirements. U.S. Cellular.
Get the latest 5G phones for free today at Siskiyou Cellular, an authorized agent for U.S. Cellular with 7 Valley locations. Visit souscellular.com for details.
Fuel your daily adventure at My Circle K, powered by GP Energy. Whether it's morning motivation to get your day going, adding crunch to your lunch, fueling up for a road trip, your journey begins with My Circle K, powered by GP Energy.
Welcome back to Ann Horn Field. You're watching the Lithia Superstore Game of the Week, powered by U.S. Cellular at Siskiyou. A nightmare second inning for the Crater Comets, in which 14 South Medford Panthers came to the plate, 10 scored. And you see on just 4 hits, 3 errors. Also courtesy of 7 walks in that inning. And that's where we are at here in game 1 of this doubleheader. Hunter Chubb, the cleanup hitter for Crater, will lead it off in the home half of the second inning. Carson Joe back on the bump after a long delay, and his first pitch fastball misses outside for ball 1. Hunter Chubb, Caden Lassiter, and Caleb Randolph, the 3 due up for Crater. And there's a pitch that finds the zone to even the count, 1-1. Joe paints the inner half and is ahead in the count, 1-2. Hard hit ground ball right to the first baseman, Tanner Douglas. He will take it himself to the bag for out number 1. And that'll bring up Caden Lassiter. Lassiter made a nice play on a hard hit ground ball by Luke Mason to the hot corner. Made a nice grab and a strong throw across the diamonds to finally end that second inning for Crater. Swings through the first pitch here for strike 1. This broadcast is brought to you in part by the Medical Eye Center of Medford. They have a wide range of eye care services for the entire family. To learn more, visit medicaleyecenter.com to see how they can help your vision needs. A hard hit foul ball by Lassiter puts him behind in the count, 0-2. Joe kicks and delivers. Breaking ball swung on and missed in the dirt. The throw from Thompson to Douglas at first in time, 2 away. Nobody on for Caleb Randolph. Randolph, the first baseman for Crater, swings over the first pitch for strike 1. A fastball by Joe skips in the dirt. 1 ball and 1 strike the count. You're watching the Lithia Superstore Game of the Week, powered by U.S. Cellular at Siskiyou on TableRockSports.net. Joe misses outside for ball 2. And Randolph, the good eye, lays off that pitch low and away. Here's the 3-1 from Joe. Swing and a miss on a fastball to run the count full. The payoff in the dirt, ball 4, and the first base runner to reach against Carson Joe this afternoon is Caleb Randolph. The 2-out walk keeps the inning alive, and that will bring up the designated hitter, Damon Kendrick. Joe misses with his first offering for ball 1. Two balls and no strikes on Damon Kendrick. Trying to get something going for Crater in the home half of the second. Fouled straight back and out of play. For strike one. This broadcast is also brought to you in part by My Circle K, powered by GP Energy. Morning motivation, crunch in your lunch, and fuel for your road trip begins with My Circle K. Hitters count for Damon Kendrick with Caleb Randolph at first. 3 balls and 1 strike. Carson Joe, the righty, comes home. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Runner on first. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The pitch home. Fouled off. Runner takes off. That ball is driven and will get down into right field. It gets by Stumpenhouse. And they will hold Caleb Randolph at third. So a 2-out single by Damon Kendrick. First base hit against Carson Joe this afternoon. Runners at the corners for Cole Eldred. And Eldred takes outside for ball 1. And now a conversation on the mound for the South Medford Panthers. We'll be back right after this on TableRockSports.net.
They believe in the bus system. They have always been there for my wife. And I know that she feels safe.
For me, riding the bus is a norm.
Other big cities have bus systems, and everybody rides the bus.
Having RBTD, just a bus stop away from my job, from my school, from my house, allowed me to be able to go to college, get my 3 degrees, and still be a mom.
Welcome back to Anhorn Field. You're watching the Lithia Superstore Game of the Week, powered by U.S. Cellular at Siskiyou.
Ooh, good pitch.
Carson Joe able to come back after the 1-0 to Cole Eldred with a nice pitch. Even the count, 1 ball and 1 strike. Jonathan Kerman here with you, alongside me, Trayvon Dorsey. And Joe finds the zone for strike 2. Caleb Randolph, a 2-out walk, is at third. Damon Kendrick, the single, is at first. Carson Joe trying to keep the scoreboard clean. The 1-2, breaking ball, foul, tipped by Eldred to stay alive. One-two fastball misses just high.
Good pitch, good take.
Breaking ball just inside as Eldred bends out of the way of it. So full count to Cole Eldred, the right fielder for the Crater Comets, as they try to chip away at this 10-run lead for South Medford. The payoff, fouled back. Caleb Randolph at third, Damon Kendrick at first. Another 3-2 pitch to Cole Eldred. Here it is. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Crater got 2 on, but left them stranded. To the top of the third we go, 10-0 South. You're watching the Lithia Superstore Game of the Week, powered by U.S. Cellular at Siskiyou on TableRockSports.net.
You're a coach or plan to be a coach. What kind of coach do you want to be? This?
Hey! What is that? Come on, God! You're killing me!
Or this?
I love it. I love what I see. I don't care about the mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes. Guys making millions of dollars on Sunday, they make mistakes.
Know your role. Learn more at southernoregonsports.org.
There's a time machine, not so far away, that takes you back to a world just a few streets wide, where wonder rules the day, and families are transformed, from the smallest bug-eyed explorer to that surliest know-it-all. So dive into the past and let them see the world through a simpler lens called Southern Oregon. Their adventure begins when you travel Medford.
Call my phone? You didn't leave it in crib, did you? No. Welcome back to the Lithia Superstore Game of the Week, powered by U.S. Cellular at Siskiyou on TableRockSports.net. 10-0 South Medford. As we head to the top of the third inning, Ryan Hill back on the bump in relief for the Crater Comets. And he starts Caleb Barney off for the first pitch strike. Two balls and one strike, the count. That ball driven deep to right center field. On the run, making the grab is Hunter Chubb for the first out of the inning. Come on, Benny. Get on it, BC. Oh, Benny. Line drive 9. Hey, get your pitch right here.
Bennett Thompson 1 for 1 today. Doubled to lead off the game and then was intentionally walked and scored in the second inning. He was intentionally walked and then also scored. He didn't intentionally score. Part of that 10-run second inning for South Medford. 2-1. Thompson able to lay off the high heat. Count runs full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. That ball popped up high into the air into right field. Eldred is under it, and he makes the grab for out number 2. You're watching the Lithia Superstore Game of the Week, powered by U.S. Cellular at Siskiyou. Head to lithiasuperstore.com to find your next ride. The South Medford shortstop, Cam Sewell, takes high for ball 1 and fouls the next pitch back to even the count up.
Good pitch.
And Ryan Hill paints the zone that time and is ahead in the count. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Hard hit ground ball, scooped by the shortstop. The throw to first in time, and Ryan Hill retires the South Medford Panthers in order. To the home half of the third we go, 10-0 South. You're watching the Lithia Superstore Game of the Week, powered by U.S. Cellular at Siskiyou on TableRockSports.net.
Have the best selection and the best value for the dollar.
My name's Haley, and I've been showing sheep for 5 years through 4-H and pigs for 2 years through 4-H. 2 years ago I got grand champion, and today I got reserve grand champion. It's a really good program, and it teaches the kids self-responsibility. The program wouldn't be how it is today if we didn't have people like Sherb coming out and supporting us.
If you shop with us, you will save money.
It takes meticulous planning, continuous monitoring, and forward thinking to deliver the perfect 3-egg omelet.
Welcome back to Anhorn Field. You're watching the Lithia Superstore Game of the Week, powered by U.S. Cellular at Siskiyou on TableRockSports.net. You see the score on the John L. Scott scoreboard. All of the damage for South Medford coming in the second inning, where they recorded just 3 hits, but 3 errors. And 7 walks. 6 walks, excuse me. And a hit by pitch is that 7th. Is what allowed South to jump out to this
double-digit lead. Crater, however, back in the box, and now Ryan Hill will lead it off, batting for the first time today. And a 4-pitch walk issued to Ryan Hill. So a leadoff base runner for the Crater Comets in the top of the order coming up in Peyton Anhorn. Anhorn struck out swinging his first time up.
Great pitch.
And Joe misses just outside, low and away for ball 2. Jonathan Kerman here with you. Alongside me is Trayvon Dorsey, bringing you all the action from Game 1 of this doubleheader here at Anhorn Field between the South Medford Panthers and the Crater Comets. Joe takes high for ball, Joe misses high for ball 3 on Peyton Anhorn. Hard hit right at the third baseman. The throw to first in time for the double play. Caleb Long. At third base, takes the hot shot and doubles up Ryan Hill. Base is cleared. 2 outs. And Jared Weber is at the dish. One ball and 1 strike the count on Jared Weber. Weber struck out looking back in the first inning. 1-1, a beautiful breaking ball. Strike 3. A 1-2-3 inning aided by a double play for the South Medford Panthers. To the 4th we go. 10-0 Panthers. You're watching the Lithia Superstore Game of the Week, powered by U.S. Cellular at Siskiyou on TableRockSports.net.
Workers' comp claim was denied. Or was it accepted? Now what are you supposed to do? Find out for free. Call Schlesinger and de Villeneuve immediately and let us fight for you.
Since 1991, Medford area residents have looked to Eye Care Associates of Southern Oregon for vision care for the whole family. Specializing in optometry for adults and children, ECA uses state-of-the-art diagnostic tools to scan for health risks and get your prescription just right. Get your students a comprehensive vision check to ensure they have their best chance to learn and succeed and look good while you see well. Specialists in our optical boutique have extensive styles on hand or can special order. We hope to see your family at Eye Care Associates of Southern Oregon. Visit eyecaresouthern.oregon.com to learn more.
Waiting, even a few days, to report a work injury or illness could cost you everything. But how do you know what you should do? Find out for free. Call Schlesinger and de Villeneuve immediately and let us fight for you.
Welcome back to Anhorn Field. You're watching the Lithia Superstore Game of the Week, powered by U.S. Cellular at Siskiyou on TableRockSports.net. The South Medford Panthers put up a 10 spot in the second inning on just 3 hits. And looking to do more with the heart of the order. Tanner Douglas, Carson Joe, and Caleb Long due up. And the first pitch to Douglas taken on the inner half for strike 1. And the next pitch misses high to even the count up. 1 ball and 1 strike. Tanner Douglas, ground ball to the shortstop under the glove of Jared Weber. And the leadoff man is aboard. We have a special guest joining us here on the broadcast, South Medford alum, Great West League champion, Medford Rogue, Ryan Carl. Welcome to the broadcast.
Thanks for having me. Saw you sitting over here. Had to come, say hi.
Absolutely. Ryan, it has been too long, my man. It feels like it's been a whole year of living at home as that is driven deep to left. And on the run, making the catch is Schwab. A name you can trust out there in left field. Schwab makes the grab to retire Carson Joe. Back to first goes Tanner Douglas, 1 away in the top of the 4th inning. There's obviously, Ryan, a whole lot has happened, a lot of ups and downs this past year. How have you been? How have you persevered, and where do you find yourself today?
Just trying to take it day by day,
I mean, that's all that we all can do. Yeah.
Exactly. Just stay flexible and everything. So much is changing. Just thankful we can be back out on a baseball field. This is the first time I've been on a field this year, so it feels nice to be back.
Yeah, and that is certainly a feeling and a sentiment that we all share. There's a ball driven deep to center field, but right at the center fielder, Hunter Chubb. A couple of hard hit outs for the South Medford Panthers. Tanner Douglas still at first, and that'll bring up Tosh Stumpenhouse. Ryan Carl and I have a long history together dating back to 2017 when I first put on the headset as the broadcaster and director of communications and media relations for the Medford Rogues. Got to watch Ryan Carl and the boys go the distance in the Great West League as there's a catch in the dugout by Cam Sewell for strike 1.
Yeah, we were road trip roommates.
We were road trip roommates. That is right. Riding the bus and getting the per diem meals, having to rub 2 pennies together to make ends meet. But, boy, wouldn't trade those memories for anything.
Absolutely not. Wouldn't trade the 120-degree bus rides for anything.
That is popped up into the infield. The second baseman, Tibbles, makes the grab to retire the side, and that will send us to the home half of the 4th inning. Ryan Carl joining us on the broadcast here at Anhorn Field. You're watching the Lithia Superstore Game of the Week, powered by U.S. Cellular at Siskiyou on TableRockSports.net. Ryan, thank you so much for joining us, my man.
Thanks, Jonathan.
We'll see you after this.
My Circle K, powered by GP Energy. You can turn an ordinary lunch break into something extraordinary with crispy, crunchy chicken. Grab and go their delicious chicken, chicken tenders, famous biscuits, and tasty sides. MyCircleK.com.
US Cellular believes everyone deserves 5G. That's why we've included 5G on all plans, no extra charge, whether you're working or playing. All US Cellular plans include 5G, no extra charge. Get the new Samsung Galaxy S21 5G free with no hidden requirements. US Cellular.
Get the latest 5G phones for free today at Siskiyou Cellular, an authorized agent for US Cellular with 7 Valley locations. Visit souscellular.com for details.
Fuel your daily adventure at My Circle K, powered by GP Energy. Whether it's morning motivation to get your day going, crunch to your lunch, fueling up for a road trip, your journey begins with My Circle K, powered by GP Energy.
I appreciate that, man. I just wanted to get him on.
You good, no worries. I know what you wanted, so I didn't want to stop doing this. I just gave you my head.
Welcome back to Anhorn Field. You're watching the Lithia Superstore Game of the Week, powered by U.S. Cellular at Siskiyou. Once again, a big thanks to Ryan Carl for joining us on the broadcast. As we head to the home half of the 4th inning, 10-0 South. Jonathan Kerman here with you. Alongside me, the man behind the man behind the lens is Trayvon Dorsey. Carson Joe back on the bump for his 4th inning of work. And he starts Brandon Tibbles off with a pitch low. The next one swung through for strike 1. And that is in there. Strike 3 called. Sixth K of the afternoon through 3 1/3 for Carson Joe. And that will bring up Hunter Chubb. And Joe starts them off with the first pitch strike. Ooh. And Joe in full command right now, ahead 0-2. No swing. Hunter Chubb, as that's fouled back into the parking lot. Chubb hit a ground ball to the first baseman his last time up. Here's a ground ball to the third baseman. Backhanded nicely by Long to throw across the diamond in time for out number 2. This broadcast is brought to you in part by the Medical Eye Center of Medford. They have a wide range of eye care services for the entire family. To learn more, visit medicaleyecenter.com to see how they can help your vision needs. 2 out and nobody on for Caden Lassiter. Lassiter takes the first pitch low and outside for ball 1. And 2-0 fastball nips the upper half of the zone. And Joe misses up for ball 3. Just 5 hits have been recorded between these two teams through 3 5/6 innings, as that is in there for strike 2. But 6 walks and 3 errors in that second inning allowed South to run rampant. The payoff pitch fouled off. When South comes up in the top of the 5th inning, it'll be Elijah Havey, Luke Mason, and Caleb Barney. Here's the payoff. Breaking ball in there for strike 3. 7th strikeout of the inning. Let's try that again. 7th strikeout of the game. Carson Joe's not that good. Still, 7 strikeouts through 4 innings for Carson Joe as he leaves Crater scoreless. To the 5th, we go. 10-0 South Medford. You're watching the Lithia Superstore Game of the Week, powered by U.S. Cellular at Siskiyou.
Medford School District, we have a shared vision. All are learning, and learning is for all.
We all have a role to play when it comes to preventing COVID-19 at school.
And in our community.
Our community agreement states,
I will
wear my mask at all times.
And properly. I will
maintain physical distancing.
Stay arms length apart.
I will
wash my hands often.
For 20 seconds, soap and water.
I will
stay home when I'm sick.
This is our MSD community agreement.
To keep our schools safe.
And the community safe.
Top of the 5th inning here at Harry and David Field. You're watching the Lithia Superstore Game of the Week, powered by U.S. Cellular at Siskiyou on TableRockSports.net. You see the score on the John L. Scott scoreboard here in game number 1 of this doubleheader. South will look to tack on a couple of insurance runs before we head to the home half of the 5th. If the game remains a 10-run deficit, or difference, I should say, after 5, then the game will be official. And if it's less than 10, we will play all 7. Elijah Havey at the dish, and he looks at strike 1. Little dribbler in front of the pitcher, picked up by Hill. The throw to first is in time. Not an easy play made by the pitcher, Ryan Hill. He's able to retire Havey for out number 1. This broadcast is brought to you in part by My Circle K, powered by GP Energy. Morning motivation. Crunch in your lunch and fuel for your road trip begins at My Circle K. Just what exactly is morning motivation, crunch in your lunch, or fuel for your road trip? Well, the only way to find out is by visiting one of your many conveniently located My Circle K locations. Luke Mason at the dish, and he fouls the 1-0 pitch back off to even the count 1-1. Luke Mason 0 for 1 today. Was hit by a pitch with the bases loaded back in that 2nd inning, and then came around to score on a wild pitch. Mason bends out of the way of that pitch up and in. Two and 2 on Luke Mason. The designated hitter for South Medford. Waves at a breaking ball, able to foul it off and stay alive.
Hey, tough with 2 now, Luke, huh? We worked this the other day. Work it, bud. Come, babe. Come on.
Pops it up into shallow right field. Eldred is under it, and he makes the grab for out number 2. This broadcast is brought to you in part by Bill's Glass, the industry leader and clear choice in Southern Oregon for almost 50 years. Locally owned and family run, Bill's Glass in Ashland, Medford, and Grants Pass. When you hear that crash, think Bill's Glass. Caleb Barney 0 for 1 today, an RBI walk and a run scored back in that 10-run 2nd inning. Here in the 5th, he looks at ball 1. And the fastball from Ryan Hill misses up for ball 2. Hard hit up the middle. A nice play to his left by the shortstop, Jared Weber. He throws to first in time to retire the side. A 1-2-3 inning put up by Ryan Hill and the Crater Comets. It's the home half of the 5th we go, 10-0 South Medford. You're watching the Lithia Superstore Game of the Week, powered by U.S. Cellular at Siskiyou on TableRockSports.net.
Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford. We've stocked up with over 200 new vehicles from Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and of course, Ram trucks. Choose from one of our largest inventories ever of new Jeep Cherokee 4x4s. Test drive a new Ram 1500 and see why Ram is Motor Trend's back-to-back-to-back three-peat truck of the year. And remember, we've added the convenience of test drives from your home and an online process to purchase and deliver your new vehicle. You'll find the new vehicle you want at the low price you deserve. Only at the Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford Superstore.
Dear Dad, I was afraid to say this to your face, but I heard you yelling again from the stands during my game. You were shouting at the coach, the refs, even the other parents. It embarrasses me when you yell at everyone. It really stresses me out. I love sports, I love my team, I just want to play. But but not if you always lose your temper. Love, Katie.
Know your role. Learn more at southernoregonsports.com.
Popping up to the scoreboard and getting the extension cable, and then just like pulling it over here, and then I'll start tearing all the stuff down. We'll tag team it and get the hell out of here. Home half of the 5th inning here at here at Anhorn Field in beautiful Central Point, Oregon. Thank you for joining us on the Lithia Superstore Game of the Week, powered by U.S. Cellular at Siskiyou. A positively gorgeous Saturday afternoon. Sorry you can't be here at the ballpark with us, but you're getting the next best thing, and that's watching it live for free on any device, courtesy of TableRockSports.net. If you appreciate what we do here at Table Rock Sports, please head on over to YouTube, search for our page, to search Table Rock Sports on YouTube, and hit that big red subscribe button. It helps us stay in the game and continue to provide you free coverage of high school athletics from around the Rogue Valley and the state of Oregon. Carson Joe back on the mound for his 5th inning of work, trying to close this thing out. The team has a 10-run lead after 5 innings. The game goes official. And Carson Joe will work against Caleb Randolph, Damon Kendrick, and Cole Eldred. First pitch swinging by Randolph, and he fouls it back for strike 1. Caleb Randolph got to third base with 2 out back in the 2nd inning. Crater had runners at the corners with 2 out, and Carson Joe struck out Cole Eldred to get out of the jam. The 1-1 fouled back for strike 2. Swing and a miss, strike 3 on the breaking ball. 8 Ks for Carson Joe through 4 1/3. 1 down in the home half of the 5th. Next up, Damon Kendrick, who has the lone base hit against Carson Joe this afternoon. Swings at the first pitch here, sends it into center field. Under it is Caleb Barney. Drifts back and makes the grab quickly, out number 2. And a pinch hitter coming in for Cole Eldred. That is Dimitri Hemme. Or, excuse me, Quay Lundeen. Here, and already Lundeen quickly behind, 0-2. Called strike 3. And that is going to do it. The South Medford Panthers defeat the Crater Comets 10-0 in 5. For all of us here at Anhorn Field, for Trayvon Dorsey, behind the lens, our executive producer Joe Brett, I'm Jonathan Kerman saying so long from Anhorn Field. You've been watching the Lithia Superstore Game of the Week, powered by U.S. Cellular at Siskiyou. A 10-run 2nd inning did the job for South. Carson Joe put up zeros, and that is how that one ends. Thank you for joining us on TableRockSports.net. We'll catch you next time. Thanks for tuning in.
Peace out, players.